welcome to Happy Panky. I'm Sherry and I will be your host today. And today we are talking about complete proteins on a vegan diet, which I personally need to do throughout the day because I have chronic pancreatitis. Most videos, channels that are vegan will tell you that you don't need to worry about protein because if you eat enough of a varied diet, you're going to get the protein that you need. And that is correct for people that are healthy because they can eat a lot. Now, when you have chronic pancreatitis, you're kind of limited in what you can eat, especially when I first started out on my vegan journey. You know, I was eating small plates and I was definitely not getting enough protein. I did try going vegan a while ago. Probably about a year and a half ago I tried it, and I only lasted a couple days because my body was like, it's really hard to explain, but I felt like my body was starving, but I wasn't hungry, so I couldn't eat, but I just felt really weird. And then I went back to eating meat, and that feeling went away. So obviously it was the protein that I was missing. So I have two reasons that I try to get complete proteins in. And I'll get to what a complete protein is in a minute. But one, because the first reason was because of the chronic pancreatitis and I couldn't eat a lot, so I knew I was not getting the protein that I needed. So I made sure in the beginning that pretty much every meal that I ate had complete proteins in it. Now, move along a couple months and my plate sizes are big and the amount of times I eat in a day is a lot. And I looked at this video. When you make videos, you make a couple, and just kind of. And I looked at a video of myself the other day, and I can see the weight gain in my face as opposed to when I first started out. But when I first started out, I was 92 pounds, and that's definitely not healthy. Right now I'm 110, and I do continue to gain this vegan diet, and I think my body has healed, and it's just kind of recouping. When you starve for a period of time, your body goes into storage mode. Hence, that's why people that go on diets where they're limiting things, once they start eating again, they put more weight on than they did before. And I think that's the situation that I'm in right now, because pretty much everything I'm eating is still healthy, but I'm putting some weight on, and I don't know why. I just went off on a tangent. Because I wanted to go on to the sizes of my meals that I'm eating, which are frequent. I'm eating probably 4 times a day, meal-sized portions, and so now I could probably go without the complete protein. Since I'm getting so much food, I would end up getting the protein that I'm supposed to get. But I'm also hypoglycemic and pre-diabetic, and I guess, I started cutting back on my complete proteins, and my sugar has dropped more, and I starve. I'll eat, and an hour later I am just completely starving. So I know that when you have hypoglycemia, I went to see a dietitian years ago. Basically, the way to keep that under control is eat carbs plus protein or carbs plus fat at every meal. And well, we know the fat situation, I can have a little bit, but I think a couple pieces of walnut is not going to hold me over. So your main source of food when you're vegan is pretty much carb, because you're eating grains and fruits and vegetables. And so I'm missing the complete protein at that sitting. And so I end up starving pretty quickly, and my sugar has been dropping more often. So I am making an effort to add more complete protein to each meal, and I've done that the last couple days, and I've been doing a little bit better with the sugar issue. So there's two reasons that I think we need complete proteins if we have chronic pancreatitis, because, first, because we're not getting enough food to get the amount of protein that we need. And then second, once we do start healing and we are able to eat more, which is the place that I'm at, many of us have diabetic issues, whether it's full diabetes or the start of diabetes, because our pancreas is getting eaten, it's deteriorating. I think that, I know that I personally need a complete protein with whatever carb I'm having so that I can feel satiated. So with that, I'm going to tell you kind of what a complete protein is. I didn't do my, I didn't like take notes or anything so I can completely explain proteins to you. There's a lot of information there. But basically our bodies, we can't make, protein is made up of amino acids and like a whole chain of them. And there's 9 amino acids that our body don't make. I believe it's 9, don't quote me on that. But there's some that our body can't make. And animal protein is a complete protein. It has all those amino acids in it. So when you're eating the animal protein, you're getting everything you need in one sitting. There are certain plant proteins that I'm going to go over with you in a minute that are complete proteins, just like animal protein. So we can get that on a vegan diet, but we just have to make a little effort to get it into our meals. And for people that don't have chronic pancreatitis, because they're having rice here, beans there, greens with protein here, they're eating so much that it's all combining eventually throughout the day, and that's perfectly fine for them. But for me personally, what works is having the complete protein at each meal. So you can do that through plants, either with certain plants that have a complete protein or by combining plants to make a complete protein. So I feel like I'm repeating that, and I apologize if I did. But okay, so I'm going to go through the proteins that I eat on a regular basis. And I'm going to put a link below that's going to give you some more complete proteins. But those I don't typically, I don't know if they have fat in them or not. This is what I stick to, so this is what I'm going to tell you. And I'm sure you can venture out and find some more on your own. But this is a good start for you. So the most common protein you're going to hear of that's a complete protein for vegans is soy. And I typically do the edamame, the soybeans, rather than the tofu. I will do tofu, and I will do soy milk, but they're both processed. So if I have time to work with this, then I'll work with this instead. And, just so you know, these aren't like peas, which I don't know if peas are complete protein, but look into that one, because it might be. But peas are either low-fat or fat-free. I know I don't concern myself with them when I eat them, but soybeans do have fat in them, so you need to be cognizant of that. 2/3 cup has 5 grams of fat, which, is fine. Just keep that in mind so you're not adding other fats to your meal. So this is a good one. It's a complete protein by itself. Another complete protein by itself is hemp seed. I love this stuff. It's tasty. There's fat in here as well. There is, per tablespoon, about 5 grams of fat. So when I make my fried bananas in the morning, I'll do them without coconut oil, or I'll just smear the pan with like a teaspoon of coconut oil. And then I'll add a tablespoon of hemp seed and sprinkle it on top, and that keeps me within my fat limit. It gives me a complete protein, and it's really tasty. Okay, and then chia seed. I'm almost out of this. I gotta get some more. But chia seed, not only is it a complete protein, but it's very good for omega-3s, which are great for fighting inflammation. So chia seed is a good thing to incorporate into your diet. Know that 1 tablespoon of chia seed has 3 grams of fat. So just, count that when you're putting it wherever you're putting it. I usually put it into shakes, or I'll sprinkle some on some pasta. Usually pasta with like a little teaspoon or half a tablespoon of coconut oil. I don't know how good it would be on pasta with marinara sauce. Okay, and then we have my favorite protein powder that I am sure you have seen me share many other times because I love this stuff. It is the only protein powder that I know of that doesn't add any taste to your shake. You don't even know it's there. Not only that, there's one ingredient, raw, cold, milled, organic hemp protein powder. The end. So I love this stuff. 1/4 cup is going to give you 11 grams of complete protein and 4 grams of fat. I will put a link below that is going to give you my favorite shake that I just had like an hour ago. I have it almost every day. Absolutely love it. It incorporates this and cooked bananas. Actually, the one I have down below it's a raw banana, but usually cooked bananas. Okay, and then we have nutritional yeast flakes. It's an inactive yeast, and it's got like a nutty, cheesy flavor. I love to sprinkle it on my popcorn. I sprinkle it on my Mexican dishes. And I make a nacho cheese sauce out of it, and I'll put the link to that below. It's really good, and so it's a good source of protein. About 1/4 cup, give or take a little bit, is 9 grams of complete protein. And then in addition to that, this is a good source of vitamin B, everything, all kinds of vitamin Bs, and especially vitamin B12. You want to make sure it's fortified. But B12 is something that you will become deficient in on a vegan diet. So I get mine here, and if I don't eat this for a while, then I will take a B12 supplement. Talk to your doctor. I haven't gotten to my family physician, but once I do, I am going to talk to him about other areas that that maybe we should watch. I know B12 is like the main one that that is known for you to become deficient in as a vegan, but I will continually check my levels throughout the year, at least every 6 months, to make sure I'm not deficient in anything else. Just in case, just because I have my medical illness. Otherwise, I would just go with it, take my B12 supplement, and be on my way. Be on my way, get it? B12 supplement? I went there. Okay. And then finally, another very common complete protein that you will hear talked of in the vegan world is rice and beans combined. Both of them are very good. Brown rice, I make this in bulk, and pretty much any kind of bean. Both of them have a decent amount of protein individually on their own, but they do not make a complete protein unless you marry them. So, like I said earlier, a normal person, and I don't want to say we're not normal, that sounds bad, a person with normal health, that sounds better, can get away with having the kidney beans in the morning and the rice at night, and ain't no thing. But for me, I notice it if I don't combine. So, those are my go-tos for my complete protein. So it's a good place to get you started. Like I said, I'm going to put a link below of a website that has, I believe they have more items listed that have complete protein. And again, I don't really remember what it was. So just be aware of the fat content. Quinoa is another complete protein. And I don't have that here because I don't make it too often. I will sometimes make it if I'm getting bored of these items, but I don't really like quinoa. The red quinoa is actually okay, but that is another complete protein that I do sometimes have. So I guess that's all I have to say about Complete Protein on a vegan diet, and why I think it's important to combine and make sure you have some complete protein with every meal. If you have an illness that affects your blood sugar, or where you can't eat a lot. Personal thoughts, not medical thoughts. So take it for what it's worth. That's how I do it, and that's what works for me. So if you are trying to go vegan and you feel like you're not getting enough protein, you're feeling hungry, you can try that out and see how that works for you. Alright, so if you like this video, thumbs up please. And if you want to see more videos like this, as well as cooking videos, and who knows what else, I might surprise you with something. Subscribe to the channel, and share. Feel free to share if there's somebody that you think can benefit from this video. Alright, I will talk to you guys soon.